The choice we make every day. Life constantly puts us in front of a choice. It happens every single day, even if you don't think about it. The first option is safe, to stay exactly where you are. Familiar, calm, understandable, no risks, no responsibility. You know what to expect tomorrow because it will look like yesterday. The second option is hard. It's change. It's risk. It's moving forward into the unknown, where the end of the road isn't visible, where there are no guarantees, where mistakes, failures, and disappointments are possible. But that's also where growth lives. That's where a new life begins. Answer yourself, but be honest. Is this really why you're here? For another day that looks exactly like the one before? For the monotony that slowly drains your energy and desire to live fully? You're here to completely change your routine. Not just swap old habits for new ones, but to rewrite the rules of your life. You want to wake up not because you have to, but because you know today is the day you get closer to who you've always dreamed of becoming. Because real change starts with one simple question. Am I truly happy with how I'm living? And if the answer is no, then it's time to act. Because you deserve more. You're capable of more. And you've already started simply by reading these words. Now comes the last step. Take action. You're watching this video most likely because you've been choosing the first path for too long. You wanted to stay in your comfort zone. You wanted to feel safe, but you're here now. And that alone says something. Deep inside, a desire to move has already awakened. That means you're ready. Why motivation doesn't work. Let's be honest, how many times have you felt inspired after watching a motivational video or reading a self-help book? You told yourself, today is the day everything changes. Maybe you even made a plan. Perhaps you wrote down some actions, but just a few days later, everything went back to the way it was. Because motivation is an emotion. It comes quickly and leaves even faster. It gives you a spark, but not the tools. Without a concrete step, without real action, you end up right back where you started. I'm tired of just inspiring people too. I want to give you more than another wave of excitement. I want to offer you a working tool, something you can use today, something that will help you bridge the gap between thought and action. You see, motivation is just a spark. It can start movement, but it won't keep it going. Real change needs fuel. It needs a system. When you rely only on emotions, you become dependent on circumstances, on your mood, your energy, your day. And as soon as your mood drops, you fall back into old patterns. A system, however, works all the time, even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like doing anything. Because a system isn't about inspiration, it's about discipline, about routine, about small, consistent steps in the right direction. If you want to change your life, start by building a simple daily practice. Do something every day, even a little, not for immediate results, but for steady progress. Because true power lies in consistency. It's not about how much you do at once. It's about doing it again and again. The tool that actually works. Take a pen and a piece of paper. Right now. Don't put it off. Write down what you want. You don't need to have everything figured out. Just write at least one thing that matters to you. One goal. One dream. Even if it seems silly, unreachable, or abstract. And if you don't know what you want, write, I don't know what I want. And come back to that page tomorrow. Pick it up again. Keep writing. Write until you find at least one thing that truly resonates with you. This isn't magic. It's a process. Studies show that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. Why? Because you move your dreams from your head into reality, from abstraction into action. You stop just thinking about it. You take responsibility. You tell yourself, this matters. This deserves my attention. From that moment on, change begins. You start noticing opportunities you used to ignore. Events that seem random suddenly make sense. Because now you have direction. You have a starting point. Many wait for inspiration to begin. But real strength comes after the first step. When you write the first sentence, you don't just capture a thought, you launch an inner dialogue. You ask yourself questions. What do I really need this for? What can I do as early as tomorrow? What resources do I already have? That's how movement is born, not in loud promises, but in quiet, consistent action. So take the paper, write at least one line, even if it feels meaningless. The main thing is to start, because the first step is always the most important. It breaks the cycle of waiting. It tells the universe, I'm ready, I'm beginning. How one line on paper changes everything. You'll be surprised how fast things start to change once you take that first step yourself. Because the universe responds to action, not thoughts, not wishes, action. Most people stay exactly where they are. Dreams remain dreams. Ideas never leave the mind. We keep them locked inside as if one day they'll magically turn into reality. But that never happens. Not because it's impossible, but because we wait. We wait for the right moment, for perfect conditions, for the right day, but it never comes. Because no one else will start for us. No one will open the door. Only we can take that first step. And this is the moment, now. Not tomorrow, not on Monday. Right now, take even the smallest step, but begin moving toward your goal. I believe in you.